Okay, everybody, here we go. It's me, Gregory Mannarino, Thursday, February 6th, 2025. In the event that I get cut off, I'm going to come right back with another live stream just like yesterday. So who knows what's going to happen exactly. Let's see if they cut me off again. Anyway, guys and girls, look, post-market wrap up. There's so much going on here right now, and this whirlwind of acts and executive orders and what's happening here at the Treasury and everything else. How many of you guys and girls are familiar with this? Do you know what this is? And do you know what this pertains to? This is the U.S. Treasury. Okay, this right here. Okay, what they're allowed to do. They collect everything about you. The U.S. Treasury knows everything about you, including your contacts. You guys might want to push back a little bit with regard to what people like Elon Musk is allowed to gather with regard to information on you. All right. Look this up for yourself, the statute, and you will see what I'm talking about. You're not going to like it. Nothing is ever what it appears to be, people. They're gathering information on you. They already have it. And now this is all being laid out and dispersed to who knows? Who knows? You really think this is all just being kept, quiet between 2, 3, 4 people now? This is something much, much bigger here. Anyway, guys and girls, we have a bunch of stuff to talk about. Let's just start off with this market just real quick. And there's a reason for that. Mixed today. Mixed. Now look at this. MMRI still below 300. Gold and silver under pressure today. Bitcoin, cryptos under pressure today. Okay. Let me say something or repeat something I've been saying recently. The amount of effort that it is going to take to push more cash into this market via what central banks are doing, that is buying it all, is going to be epic. It can't remain static. It goes back to the law of diminishing returns that we spoke about earlier today. So what this means collectively is we're going to see what my number one call was moving forward into 2025. And I don't think most people are even slightly prepared for. Maybe you think you are, and maybe I think I am too. But I will say this with regard to what we're going to see, with regard to not just the US dollar. Let's break out of our, little USA rah box. Around the world, people are going to be forced to suffer on a scale that I really do not believe they're prepared for. Well, now, with regard to the US dollar here, there's multiple factors weighing against it. Not only do we have this mechanism, we're going to see exploding debts and deficits. And who makes up that difference? Where does the cash come from when we run X deficit or X debt? Where's that cash come from again? Exactly. It has to be borrowed into existence right from the lender and buyer of last resort. And I'm talking about the Federal Reserve. Every single time cash is borrowed into existence, created out of nothing, it devalues the currency that already exists. This is a mechanism that most people have no idea. Let me just cover it real quick. When a new dollar is produced, whether it's printed or it's added to a digital screen, is it automatically worth $1? Is it worth $1 the second that it comes off the printing press and you could smell the ink, or it's added to a digital screen and it doesn't even really exist? Is it automatically worth $1? No. How that dollar attains any kind of purchasing power is by stealing a fraction of 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 every other, the purchasing power of every other existing bill in whatever form it may be, printed or added to a digital screen. So the currency, when they create it out of nothing and they inflate the debt, whatever, it's a mechanism that sucks the purchasing power. Every single bill, whether it's one, whether it's a billion, whether it's 6 billion or 6 trillion, this is how the mechanism works. And the overall, you have to, you can't just again think of the dollar as it's among itself. You have to look at the overall pool of central bank issued notes on the world. It all works the same way. This mechanism of currency devaluation it's an incredible theft on a scale that I really just no one really can get their head around. But if you think about it, how epic it really is. So now with the dollar here, not only are we facing the threat or promise that debts and deficits will balloon here, more currency is going to be created out of nothing. The Federal Reserve artificially suppressing rates. We have to talk about this. Some very interesting developments today with President Trump and the 10-year yields. Very aware of it. Very aware and is keeping his eye on it. And it's kind of interesting. We'll talk about that in a second. But then you got the world de-dollarizing. There are many nations right now circumventing the petrodollar system. The petrodollar created an incredible demand for dollars, and nations had to convert their currency into dollars to buy crude oil. But now this system is being circumvented. So this is another issue that the dollar is going to face moving forward as well. And then you got the BRICS nations, of course. I mean, this multi-faceted with regard to what's going to happen here with the dollar, obviously. And then you have the U.S. economy, along with the rest of the world, slowing and slowing. And again, this is not President Trump's fault, what I'm going to show you. Okay, it's too early. U.S. productivity slows down for the fourth quarter while labor costs accelerate. Does this surprise you at all? We've been told how strong our economy is. We're booming. We're the envy of the world. Doesn't seem like it, right? No, it's again, that was all a lie, all a deception on a massive scale. Now, I want to know if this bothers you, what I'm about to show you. Are you ready? Corporate profits are near all-time highs while wages are near their lows. So again, this goes back to what I've been trying to explain to you for a very, very long time. Neo-feudalism. It's them, and then there's the rest of the people. Does it sound fair that corporate profits, the big fat cats, are laughing their way to the bank, and the people at the bottom here, they can't even get by? There's something wrong with that. There really is something wrong with that in my view. Now, it's interesting. I got this poll running over here, and I have a couple of polls I want to discuss with you. So the poll is the cost of living a strain on you and your family budget right now? 56% of you say that it's getting tough. 36% not yet, but are concerned. And only 8% of you, 8, are saying this is not a problem at all. That should tell you something. Let us move forward here, people. There is a massive effort here to make it easier for banks to profit here. As you know, they're being massively deregulated. This is, if you look back on Trump's last tenure, they did one incredible job at deregulating the banks, making the banks it easier for these institutions to take risks with your cash. This kind of turned around a little bit during the Biden creature's tenure. Now, Trump and his people over there are making every effort to deregulate here, and with no parameters. In other words, there's going to be risk you're not going to see. There's a backdoor bailout going on in more ways than one. And we're going to talk about that in a second. By allowing the banks access, obviously, to crypto, which they all have by executive order right now, merging this is an unholy merger, in my view. It's gonna end up really destroying people, in my opinion. The banks are never held to account for anything. Nobody's held to account anymore. So when the banks again go out of their way here to take your cash and do whatever they want with it, because there's no regulatory agency anymore that exists or anything else, because it's all going away, who's going to be held responsible for it? Is it going to be President Trump? Is it going to be the banks? Is it going to be who? It's going to be you. So if this is something that you don't want to see, well, I would suggest you taking action here. There's the Federal Reserve. Bank stocks pop after Fed releases easier stress tests. What is going on here is, first of all, we already have a zero capital reserve system. The banks here, they don't want to hold a single dollar in reserve. They want it all out. They want to take, again, risks with your cash that you're not going to believe moving forward here. So bank stocks rose today after the Federal Reserve released parameters, interesting word, I like that word, for its annual industry test test showing that because things are looking so good, they're going to allow these institutions here to basically continue with their zero reserve policy here and not have to worry about potential shocks to the economy. You okay with that? I don't think so. I think these institutions should be forced to hold at least 10%, like it used to be, of your cash in there. There's no cash in the banks. You know that, right? Your cash is not in there. When you log into your lovely account and you see those digits on the screen, nothing's there. It's fake. It's just not on the elemental chart. Now, let us move forward. We all understand that Fed President Bulltard, on the same day that President Trump said, it's okay that the Fed is standing pat now and, let's not worry about it too much. The same day, Bulltard came out and assured the markets that we're going to get rate cuts moving forward. And again, is he going to be held to account for this? Bulltard. Inflation will slow markedly this year, allowing the Fed to lower rates multiple times, as a matter of fact. And again, lower rates means what? You lose. Your purchasing power evaporates. It goes away. This mechanism is going to continue. Now, let us move forward a little further here. So our lovely Treasury Secretary here says that Trump is focused on the 10-year yield and won't push the Fed to cut rates. He won't push the Fed to cut rates because Bulltard told him it was going to happen already. You understand? So they're obviously working together here. You're getting lower rates. So there's no reason for Trump to push, which was a promise during the campaign, and his people cheered for it. They're signing their own death warrant. Bring me lower rates, beautiful man Trump, because that means I will lose purchasing power and you and your friends are going to get richer. You and the corporate agenda is going to get richer while wages are already near lows and you're going to lose more. Sound about right to you? No politician can tell you the truth. You already know that. Now, I want to do a couple more things with you. A lot of people keep asking me about the sovereign wealth fund. Now, I ran a poll yesterday about the sovereign wealth fund. A sovereign wealth fund, public funds controlled by the government. How does that work? If it's a public fund, shouldn't we, the people, have say over the fund? We won't have any say, just in case you were wondering. So here's my poll, what I ran. Lions, from what you know about President Trump's sovereign wealth fund using public funds to invest, but is owned and operated by the government. Oh, you don't believe that's how it worked? It's going to be different this time? Because that's what a sovereign fund is. Is this something you're interested in? 84% said no. Now, let me explain to you what's going to happen here with this sovereign wealth fund, or if they create ones as well. What this means is, again, you're going to be sold a story. Oh, this is a good opportunity, everyone. Let's use public funds to buy this company, buy this corporation here. The merger of government and corporations, the definition of fascism, obviously. Okay, I think we all know that. Pretty obvious here. But you will not have any say-so in this. What they're going to do, our politicians, is going to say, okay, this is a really good deal. Let's put money in this sovereign, public funds into this corporation, this company, whatever it might be. And you're going to have no say-so. They're going to sell it to you and make it sound beautiful. And, it's the greatest thing in the history of the world. We got to invest in this. And it's a bailout. It's obviously a public bailout using a sovereign wealth fund. So the 84% of you that are against this and that no, most people wrote anything the government touches turns into a liability. I think we're on the same page. Selling government assets from balance sheet means we're getting a shell game here, man. I've been telling you this, guys, for the longest time. If you think for a second, that you're really going to see spending cuts here, again, it affects GDP. Do you believe? Let's just realize what we have here. The most, just like last time, market friendly administration in the history of the world. I mean, let's balloon the debt. That's what happened during Trump's last tenure. And rah 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 every day. Look at that stock market. We're all rich. I mean, come on. There's no way that Trump is going to allow this to happen. So they're going to move cash from here and they're going to use it on something else. People, I'm telling you, that's what. And on top of the sovereign wealth fund, why do we have to? Why is this? Don't you want say so in this, or you think you trust the government so much here? Because Trump isn't going to be the president forever, although he's probably going to get a third term. You trust the government so much. Let's make this sovereign government wealth fund public funds that they control. Okay. You got no say so in it. Sounds like a great idea. Keep smoking that crack pipe. All right. That's that. Now, I put this out earlier today asking you about crypto exchange traded funds. I didn't put what I believe in here because I wanted to hear from you guys first, and I want to outline for you what this means here. So I wrote, Lions, in your opinion, does the market need more crypto exchange traded funds soon because of the current shift in policy to make the United States the crypto capital of the world? We are going to see a flurry of new crypto ETFs. Now, I wrote, is this something you support or want to see happen? 29% of you said, absolutely yes, I want more crypto ETFs. 67% of you said no. And 5% said other. Okay, here's the situation with these crypto ETFs. Do you believe that there's not going to be any manipulation here, kind of like gold and silver ETFs? How this whole thing is rigged? For those of you that think this is actually a good thing for the crypto space, keep smoking that crack pipe because this is not a good thing. This in any way, shape, or form. So, like I said, that's just the way it's going to go. So, anyway, that's kind of where we're at here. Now, just going back to the beginning here with regard to this is the U.S. Treasury statute here. They know everything about you. They even know your contacts. You don't believe me? Look this up for yourself. See what kind of record that the U.S. Treasury keeps on you as a sovereign citizen, and who's now getting access to everything about you. They know you. They know it already here. But does it bother you a little bit? There's no right to privacy, just in case you were wondering. Oh, it is, Greg. You're wrong. There is a right to privacy. No, the right to privacy is implied. It's not absolute. Oh, you didn't know that. Of course you didn't know that because you're not supposed to know this kind of stuff. Okay. And I do urge you to do your own research about this kind of stuff here. Anyway, look, guys and girls, there is so much going on here. And I'm telling you, with everything that I know, and we are going to see so much pressure on people moving forward, the squeezing of people, again, not just here, the world, the people of the world. If we don't unite, if we don't come together and push back against what's happening to us, we all lose. You know, by the way, today just happens to be Bob Marley's birthday. And he left us all with a message. One love. All right. Honestly, it's amazing. Vic, Greg, convert your MRI chart into a candlestick. You know, I'm not even sure how to do that. I'll work on it. I'll see if we can get that out there and see if we can make it work. But anyway, so going back to what I was saying here, people of the world, we got to come together. All right, this is what Bob Marley was trying to tell everyone here. You know, one love. Let's come together. There's too many things working against all of us, and I think it's to an extreme level what's happening now to all of us around the world by by the system, the Babylon system that Marley tried to warn us all about too. The Rasta thing. You guys might want to look into it. Anyway, look. With that said, understand, people, that we need to take action. We need to raise awareness. We need to look out for ourselves, our families, and everybody else here, because we are losing. I don't care what you may think. We're winning, we're winning, we're winning. We're not winning nothing. You know why? Because we here in the United States are being forced to live under a tyrannical regime called the Federal Reserve, and they run it all. They control the monetary system. They're the ones that fill the gaps when we run debts and deficits, and we are all slaves to this institution, and we got to get rid of it again. We're not going back to a constitutional money system. We're being made the crypto capital of the world, which is also dollar negative as well, as we are bridged into full tokenization, tyrannical control around the world on an epic scale. Lava and I did an interview today with Atlantic Underground. You guys and girls might want to listen to that. We covered a lot of stuff there. And the game is well over 2,000 years old, John. Way, way older than that. That's when people maybe became aware of it. But it's way older than that. Anyway, Trump and Musk and Doge are not the problem. Fed is the problem. The Fed is the problem. But I think people having access to your information here that maybe you don't want certain people to see. Don't you think that maybe this gives Elon Musk an edge for his own businesses? He hasn't, recused himself from any of that. He will be the first trillionaire because he's got all your information. He knows how to market to you and everything else. So you don't think there's something else going on here? Everything is on the up and up? You got to be freaking kidding me, man. You got to be freaking kidding me. Sure, surrender your liberties and freedom to Trump and Elon Musk and whoever comes next, because believe me, this is setting a precedent. Just so you guys and girls are all aware, Trump is not going to live forever. Neither is Elon Musk. Neither one of these guys, although Trump, I believe, is going to get a third term, they're not going to always be in power. What happens if the next freak turns out to be like the last one we had? You want that? You want all that? You want to set a precedent here? Good for you. Keep on smoking that crack pipe. You need to put your foot down and learn to say no. I'm telling you, like this guy here, Trump and Musk aren't the problem. Surrender your liberties and freedoms, because that's what they want you to do. And it looks like that's what you're doing, sir. Jonathan, thank you. Exactly. Trust God, not politics. 100%. Politics is a game. It's the most wretched game in the face, but that's what people are doing, just like this person is saying here. Trump and Musk are not the problem. Like this is it. This is going to be in place now till the end of time, setting a precedent for the next guy and the next guy and the next guy. Let's do it. Let's all surrender our liberties and freedoms today because Trump and Musk have our back. Do you realize what's actually going on here? Looks like not. People are living in la la land, in an absolute dystopian society, which we have, and they've distorted their mentalities. They don't think down the line. People live in the moment like this person here, okay? Trump and Musk, Trump and Musk, Trump and Musk, Trump and Musk. It's about we the people, okay? Wake up. You little smack across the face, I'm willing to give it to you, or anybody else here, okay? We don't need precedents like this to, again, as a way for them to have control over all of us. Is that what you want? You want to live under Trump and Musk forever? It ain't happening. It's going to be somebody else in there. And you're allowing the precedent to be set because you're not pushing back. Imagine that, man. This is the kind of people we have. This is the legions of people that we have right now. They've been psyoped to the highest degree. They don't care no more. They willingly surrendered to the system, which is what they're trying to do. They're making people surrender to the system. They are creating slaves to the system, period, the freaking end. When are people going to wake up? Yeah, imagine if Kamala creature runs and wins next time. You want that thing? You want that thing? Because of the precedents that are being set right now to have all this information on you? Good for you. You can't make this stuff up. But this is what has happened to people. The dumbing down. is so complete right now that this is what we see here. And yes, the Federal Reserve is the problem. Whether or not Trump and Musk or where's our vice president? Oh, he's gone. He's gone. It's Musk now. Yeah. Surrender. Just fling your hands up and surrender. Me and my lions out here, there's no way we're surrendering. It's crazy. Unfreaking believable. That's what I'm telling you. Zombie farm. People who can't think for themselves and will end up paying a price down the line because they have no ability to think at all. Animals and children live in the moment. Okay, it's Trump and Musk. Let's surrender everything to them because they're the best and they have our back. Not thinking of what this means for maybe the next set of creatures that are, over there and behind the Resolute desk, or the ones after that. No. We don't think about that. We only think about now because we think like animals and infantile entities. That's what we do. This stuff makes me sick. And this is what has happened to legions of people here. And I sincerely hope that's not one of you. Oh, anyway. Yeah, exactly. Oh gosh, man, I don't know. All right, look, we covered a lot here. Is there anything you guys and girls want to talk about? Let me just say this real quick. Going back to the law of diminishing returns and understanding how this must work. There's a lot of effort right now, and you've seen the MMRI drop. Market still hasn't gone anywhere. Yes. The S&P 500 is pretty close to its December high. Massive effort right now. And what did the Bank of England said? They will buy whatever it takes to prevent a halting or a crash of the system. Do you think all central banks are doing the same thing? When that cash is created out of nothing, do you think that maybe Musk should be looking into that and then letting us all know what's going on? But he's looking into you because he has access to all your records here. Look, I understand there's a lot of nonsense going over there with this payment system and who's getting what. Yes, that has to be dealt with. All right, you already know that because I said I think it's a good thing. But the fact that there's no parameters here and you think that's all that they're looking at, they know everything about you and they know already and they're going to learn more about you. Surrender, people. Surrender to the Trump and Musk team. Or was it supposed to be Trump and Vance? Oh, yeah, it was supposed to be Trump and Vance, but it's Trump and Musk. Make this stuff, man. Make yourself up. Yeah, we all know that all this existed before Trump. Duh. But that's okay, right? Because Trump is there now, and it's all going to be better. I love you guys and girls, man. I really do. Anyway, that's kind of it, man. I don't know what else to say. What else? You guys want to cover anything else moving forward here? Or I think we kind of... I don't think it's futile to resist. Futile, Maximus. I think we got... Imagine, really, if even 10% maybe of the population pushed back, made some noise. But you know what? There's too many brainwashed people right now. What would happen is there would be those here that are so enslaved into the Trump-Musk paradigm right now. They're going to push back on you. So we would need more than 10%. The Trump-Musk paradigm, it ain't Vance. Vance is wherever he is. He hasn't been around for a long time, and he's not going to be anywhere. It's definitely, Musk is the guy running the show for the most part here. Again, no one thinks about what's coming down the line. Let's just surrender everything to these because it's going to be them forever. Yeah, you can't make it up, man. You can't make it up. Anyway. That's kind of where we're at, people. It's insanity, but we got each other, man. We got each other, and it's so important. We know where our power comes from, where our strength comes from. We're not putting our faith in Trumps or Musks or anything like that. Okay, our faith lies in one thing and one thing only: the Almighty. I think we're on the same page here, right? Look, man. I don't know. I could go on and on. I can on and on and on and on about all this. How can we fish metaphorically? Man, just connect to the source. I don't know another way to put this to people. When you got this down, when you reestablish yourself, and you put all this nonsense aside again, Trump Musk has become a religion. to many, many people. You can see how many religions were created if you go back. But just stop with all this here. Just reconnect yourself with the source, and you are going to be introduced to things that you won't even believe moving forward. Your whole free your mind. What did Marley say in the Redemption song? Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. That's what we have, mental slaves. That's crazy, man. It's so freaking crazy. All right, guys and girls, I think that's it. Love you all, guys and girls, from the heart. I mean that. Thank you for being here. If I have earned you a thumbs up, I would greatly appreciate that. Let's keep on top of this, people. But again, look, man, a lot of good things are happening here. There is no doubt about it. I always give credit where credit's due with regard to President Trump and Elon Musk, too. Okay? Notice I'm not mentioning Vance because he's nowhere. But some of this stuff here, there must be parameters with the banks, which are being completely eliminated, with regard to our own freedoms and liberties, okay? I refuse to surrender to the system or any one person or two, Trump, Musk, anybody. It ain't happening in Greg Mannarino's book. And I would really hope that you as well are in the same boat as I am, okay? And I would have to say I think most of you are. But there are some that are so lost. People are so thirsty for leadership because they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do with themselves because a lot of this is a psyop. And people have been pulled in this direction and yanked back the other way and pulled again this way and yanked back the other way and the back and forth. It's all politics. It's all a game. For example, the truth, Trump finally admitted that it was not Biden's fault with regard to the whole campaign. His whole campaign was built on blaming Biden for the rising in prices. But then the truth came out when he said, hold on a second here. It's the Fed's fault. Okay. Obviously, we all knew that. Again, his people in those stadiums, they had no idea. They thought they were being told the truth. I knew they were being lied to. So did you. Same thing with I promise you lower rates, a thing that a president can't deliver. They don't have a printing press. They can't buy the debt. But those crowds believed it because they had no idea that this is not something that a president can do. A president can work with. This is going to be much easier. You have to understand, being that we know that, Trump likes lower rates or he likes a weaker dollar. It doesn't help you. It sure helps the multinational corporations. These corporations, oh my goodness, they're foaming at the mouth to see what happens with rate cuts moving forward. Weaker dollar. It helps them, the multinationals, but it gets sucked right out of you. But no one's going to tell you that. Imagine if during, let's say, a Trump rally, that would have came out. We're going to lower that. We're going to weaken the dollar. He couldn't say that. He had to say lower rates because people don't understand. We're going to fulfill that corporate agenda and you're going to pay for it. You think there'd be silence? No, they might. There might be some people who would cheer for it because they would cheer for anything. That's just the brain dead. You understand? They're zombies. They're absolutely zombies. Zombie farm is a real thing. And unfortunately, people are being disenfranchised on a massive scale, on a scale we've never seen before in the history. Oh, that's funny. Trump smells of Musk. Stop putting your faith in Musk's and anybody, and anybody, even Trump or anybody. That's the wrong place to have your faith here, man. Believe in yourself. Believe in your God-given intellect. Reconnect with the source, people, and I can promise you. Isn't that what Marley said? Pretty much. He was very God-oriented. And anyway, Muskrat. You guys and girls are awesome. We need to come up with this stuff, man. I love you guys so much. I love being here. I don't like doing the pre-recorded ones because I really love to interact with you guys. I really, really do. Anyway, guys and girls, I'm going to end this. I will see you tomorrow. It's Friday. And we're going to keep our eyes on all this. And we're going to hold our leaders to account. Not only are we going to hold our leaders to account and give them credit where credit's due, but we're going to make sure that we do not surrender our liberties and freedoms to them just because we think they're nice people. Okay? How about no? We're not going to do that. We're going to work as hard as we can to protect our freedoms and liberties. Does that sound about right to you? Do you really want Musk knowing everything about you? You really think that he's even an elected person? But he serves as a special, but what did Trump say he was? a special something to the government. He's a special person to the government because he's the richest man on earth. Maybe that's it. Dr. Risman, Greg, what can I say? Connect to God, my blood. I love that. Yeah, God is the boss. No doubt about it. God is the boss. I think we can all agree on that. All right. John Doe. My dog would rip Musk a new one. Yep, probably. All right. Love you all. See you in the morning. Thank you for being here. Share the video. Get it out there. Let me know what you think about all the stuff we talk about all the time here. And I'll see you in the morning, all right? That's all.